Hey everybody, it's Marie at RV Camper. Well, it's time for another coffee talk. Delicious. I'm inside my trailer because it's a little cool outside and it's a beautiful sunny day, but just on the breezy side. So I thought I'll be in here where it's nice and warm. Let's see, I want to talk about a lot of things. First of all, the big tent event in Quartzsite is over. So now the residents, I consider myself a resident in winter, we've got our town back. For the most part, the traffic is slowed down. There's not that much like there was for the last, I don't know, well, since the women's RTR and the RTR several weeks ago, it's been Crazyville. The gas station lines are Crazyville. The stores, the grocery stores, Crazyville. Even to get propane has been Crazyville. What else? Oh, restaurants. Oh, totally Crazyville. Oh, laundromat too. Super Crazyville. It's like, when's there a good time to go? I talked to the owner of the one I go to, and he said, after 2 o'clock, it's probably the best time. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, they're pretty crazy. It's nice to get our town back. So yesterday, I did some cooking, pre-cooking actually. I bought some country ribs. And the way I cook my ribs or country ribs is I put them in water in a pot and cook them, well, simmer them actually. But I use my Instapot for the ribs. And I think it was 45 minutes. And then I had to use tongs to take them out because they would fall apart. And I put them in the fridge. And then Thursday I'm going to have the ribs. I'll put them on the barbecue just to give them that charred, taste and everything, but they're done. And then I washed the Instapot out, and I did the same thing with chicken wings. I bought a package of 6, and I'm going to share them with a neighbor. I don't like the drumette parts, just the wing part. So I did the same thing. Those I only put in the Instapot for 30 minutes, and they're totally done. They didn't fall apart or anything. And then tonight I'm going to have them, well, we're going to have them on the barbecue. And then we're going to have a fire going, a campfire. And then I'm making some breaded cauliflower with Parmesan seasoning in it. It's something you buy frozen. I think it's made by Bird's Eye. And then I'm having just a regular salad. So that'll be nice. So yeah, glad to have my town back. I've been stressed out because when I had my hit and run accident, I didn't drive, somebody else hit and ran, or hit and drive away to my trailer, and that was in Texas on the way here. So that was back in November. When I use my sink or my shower, what they call a gray water tank fills up with water, and then you pull this plunger out outside, and you release the water into, where it's supposed to go, not on the ground, but in this container thing. Well, ever since the trailer got hit, it broke that pipe setup, and the repair guy's now telling me maybe the tank, the plastic 40-gallon tank or whatever it is broken too, and that's why the water whoosh. So I have to keep a container underneath it so the water goes in there instead of on the ground. So that's kind of stressing me out. So I decided to claim it with my insurance, okay? Because to have somebody come out in a pickup truck and fix it, this is called shop repair. Especially the siding, you can't have somebody come out and fix it here. You have to bring it somewhere. So my insurance adjuster with Progressive, he gave me some ideas. I said I would go to Mesa and I would go to Yuma. Well, what you have to do is I have to tow my trailer to the place first. Then they have to look at the damage and make sure they agree with what the adjuster said. And then I tow it home, and then I wait till they have an opening, and I bring my trailer in. Mesa's like 2 hours without towing a trailer, I think. And it's such a hassle, but I understand why I have to do it. So then I said, well, how about Yuma? Okay, Yuma, I like Yuma. It's only an hour away or something like that. I'll go to Yuma. So he gave me the name of a company, an RV repair shop. And I called the guy, and let's see, how did that go? Oh, okay. And I told him I was with Progressive, and he said, oh, yeah, Joe's your adjuster, right? He said, okay, I'll get back to you about when you can bring your trailer in. So time went on, a week or two, You know, now I'm leaving like mid-March, okay? And I don't know how long it's going to take to get these parts in. Plus, the siding they have to get is on the long side of my van that doesn't have any doors or anything. So it's one continuous piece of whatever it's made out of. So it's 27 feet long. It's got to be shipped and delivered on a semi. They can't like do it in a pickup truck. And all that takes time, and it's costs a lot of money for the shipment, I'm told. So he never got back to me. So I called and left a message with a guy, and he said, okay, I'll have him call you. He didn't call me. I waited 2 days, called him back, talked to the same guy. I left a message. He didn't call back. So I said, you tell, whatever his name is, John. I said, you tell John that if he doesn't call me today, that I'm going to have my Italian friends, no, I'm just kidding you, that I'm going to take my business elsewhere. I can't wait any longer. You know, all he just has to do is call me back and say, yeah, bring it in, don't bring it in, whatever. Well, he didn't call back. So I went and tattled. I told my adjuster. He called his butt, and he already cut him a check for the work. And so the guy finally, you know, called my adjuster back, not me. And he said, oh, tell her we're too busy. You couldn't even give me a message and say I'm too busy? You know, businesses aren't like what they used to be, I'm telling you. And I remember how they used to be because I'm old. So I'm like, okay, forget that one. So my adjuster said, well, where else do you want to go? And I said, let's try the one in Avondale. It's a family-owned business. A long story short, the owner was on vacation in Florida. He said, I'll be back Wednesday, which is tomorrow. He said, call me then. And he said, not only will I probably do your work, but he said, I'll come out to you in Quartzsite and you won't have to tow your trailer to Avondale. Now, that's the way to do business, you know. And he's approved by my adjuster, by Progressive and everything. So the other thing is I'm allowed a $700 allowance for a hotel. And I'm thinking, what if that runs out? And I'm not paying for a hotel out of my own pocket, you know. You know, it's probably, I think the cheapest ones are like maybe $80 a night. I'm not doing that to sleep. Well, my van is set up, nothing extravagant. I've got a cooler, 2 coolers in there. I can put ice and some food. I have a bed. And what else do I? Oh, I have a portable potty. And curtains to block the windows if I, you know, needed to sleep in there. And I bought a Bluetti, which is a portable power station. It's a 600 watt, and it's arriving today. I never would have gotten one before because I have a generator for like helping my batteries here if I need it. But the Bluetti, just to plug in my, you know, USB thing or something, what do I need that for? I've got USBs in my travel trailer and in my van. But anyway, so my idea was get this Bluetti thing, it's a few $100s, and then a heating blanket. So I can run the heating blanket at night, sleeping in the van, off this Bluetti thing. And it stores the power, okay? So it's not like a generator where it's going to be humming, you know? So I thought that's what I'll do. Again, my van is not anything pretty. So that's what I decided I'm going to do, is do that. Let's see, what else would I want to tell you? Oh, I moved my spot. Because when my trailer, I moved my campsite. When my trailer is going to be gone, I still have stuff outside, like my generator and, you know, tubs of stuff that you store in that I bring here, my jewelry stuff, whatever. And who's going to watch it? So where I'm parked now is by a friend, and she'll keep an eye on it for the week or so I'm gone. I hope it doesn't take more than a week. I mean, I don't know, as long as they call me to bring in my trailer after they have the parts, which they probably will do, we should be okay. So that's what I'm going to do. My new spot is real peaceful. It's nice. It's, I think, a couple miles from where I was camping before, which is right by the road, right by the registration station or office. And it was like motorcycles and those darn ATVs, Nero, and then Class A's, which are kind of loud, diesel pushers, and just semis. A lot of people tow their rigs with semis. Must be nice, huh? And then the street noise, you know, it's 55 miles an hour on the main road, and it was just noisy anyway. But it's a lot of effort to move. You know, I did it myself. It took me 2 days to pack up, and you have to take everything down from inside the trailer because it'll be on the floor when you finally reach your destination. So that's what I did, and I've been here 2 nights, and it's been very peaceful. My friend said that she heard coyotes the other day, real close, like within yards from the house, but I mean from her trailer, but I didn't hear anything. I've been sleeping so good because I've been working, you know, so physically hard. And then just the mental stress, it's like, wow. So it's nice out here. It's been really nice. Let's see, I cleaned my solar panels. That's a big deal because it's so dusty. We haven't really had any rain. And so I hook my water pump to my 63-gallon water bladder, is where you store water. Long story. I'll take a picture of it sometime so you know what I'm talking about. And then I pump the water in with my hose into this telescopic handle, and on the end is a brush. So I bought a 12-foot ladder, climb up to the roof, and I clean all the solar panels that way because there's so much dirt on there, you know, and I don't want to rob my battery of getting a full 100%, you know, worth of solar. So I figure you have to do that once or twice a week out here, but it's just what you got to do. Now, when I go to Altoona, Iowa, oh, that's another thing. There's no dust out there, you know, it's grass and stuff, so I won't have to clean them that often, maybe once a month just for the heck of it, but I don't think so. And I can always use that thing to clean my van windows and the windows in my RV, which I did, and then my friend used it today, and it was a good investment to get that. Oh, back to Iowa. So the other thing is I got an invite to an orientation with my job, which I applied for already. You have to reapply every year. They don't know if you're coming back. You know, you tell them last year, yeah, I'll see you next year, but they have to have it on paper. So I filled out the application, blah, 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 got the department I wanted. But I can't, you know, I wrote back to the HR and I said, if you live in an RV, the average person in an RV can't go to the Midwest when it's winter out. I mean, it's a bit cold. You know, they don't really, mine's not insulated well, if at all. I'm not doing it. You know, what if there's a snowstorm anyway? So I said, you're going to have to schedule it for the first week in April when I'll be out there for sure. I haven't heard back, but I'm sure they're busy. So that's the deal with that. And this year I was really determined to have Bob Wells interview me for the changes that I did in my travel trailer. Now, I know Bob, and then he's got two assistants, Autumn and Brian. I had met Brian at the RTR last year, I believe, but he wouldn't remember me from anybody. Real nice. He's real nice, but I never met Autumn. And those are the ones that are doing it now for Bob because he's done interviewing for the season. And they do all his interviews, but they're wrapping that up too. And I'm like, darn it. And my friends are like, you know, he's not going to want to interview you with your trailer. I mean, and I know that too, because, all right, well, here's the stock cabinet, and here's the stock refrigerator and the stock bed. I mean, when he interviews people with vans and cars and trucks and camping things like that, they're all like homemade, or, you know, they sleep in a little car, and here's the bed, and here's where you go to the bathroom and stuff. That's what Bob wants to interview. And I'm like, well, you know what? My trailer, what I have done to it isn't like anybody else's trailer. And it's called no build, when you don't have to like put walls up or anything or whatever, hammer and nail. So my trailer is a no build, what I have done to it. I've done the kitchen, which is unbelievable. In the bedroom, I did some storage things that are kind of unbelievable. Even in the bathroom, I've got some storage things. And so I thought, oh, and then my van, I call it the Weekend Warrior. Everybody names their stuff, I don't, but I just thought it is a Weekend Warrior. I don't have any kind of built-in bed or sink or toilet or running water or shower, but it's for a weekend, you know, like if I go to Mesa to go shopping or see a doctor or something and I don't want to drive home, I can just sleep in my van. Why? Because one thing I'll tell you, I took the bench out of my kitchen. It's a bench with a backing on it. It holds probably 3 or 4 people. And then you fold the backrest down, and then there was one across from it, and you did the same thing. So now you've got this big, like, queen or full-size bed, and then in the middle was a table. Well, one thing I'll tell you is I got rid of all that, so it's not in my kitchen anymore. But I took the one bench, gave it to the dealer when I bought this thing. I said, just take it out, I don't want it. And then the other one I put in my van. So now I have a bench when I want to sit down and when I want to lay down or sleep, it's a bed. So I thought, well, maybe he'd want to see that too, besides, you know, my kitchen and all my storage ideas. So my friends are like, he's not going to want to do that. So I thought, what have I got to lose, right? Like I said, then I found out Bob's not doing it anymore, and I'm like, you know, I'm a fighter, okay? I mean, if it's meant to be, it will, and if it's not meant to be, fine. I'm not going to step on anybody's face to make it happen. But there's this email that Bob uses for interviews, and I thought, what have I got to lose? I'm determined. So I took pictures of everything and explained everything that I did. And I said, I know it's not your average no-build van or car or whatever, but I said maybe people that have RVs want to get more use out of it and better storage ideas. I got interviewed! That's what I've been wanting to tell you. Last Monday, Brian came out, and I talked to somebody who was interviewed with their van, and they said, oh, he was out for like 30 minutes. Brian was out for like 2 hours. He was like, he didn't know it was going to be what I think is drastic as my changes are. He took videos of my bread maker, made me open it and explain, you know, how it works. My slow cooker, no, not my slow cooker. My oven, I have a portable oven. I have a portable induction cooktop. I mean, my water purification system. I don't know what else. I mean, he took pictures and videos of stuff that he was just on his own doing that, and then he interviewed me. I felt so calm talking to him that after he left, I thought, I don't even know basically what I said. I mean, was I an idiot? Probably. I mean, the words just flowed, you know? And I'm like, well, I at least people will see that I was natural, you know? I mean, I didn't read anything or study anything. You don't know what he's going to ask you, you know? Except, you know, how did you start doing this? You know, that kind of figured out what I was going to say. But, oh, my goodness. I just blah, 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 you know? And then he was going to add a blooper to it where he made a mistake. So I said that'd be kind of fun if he did that. But, yeah, he was out for like 2 hours. And he had the time of his life. He said, I've never seen anything like this. Now, when it does come out, don't be like, oh, that's all it is. It is a big deal because I don't recall him ever interviewing anybody with just a travel trailer. You know, it's like I said, normally they're just stock. You got your refrigerator, you got your cabinets, blah, 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 blah. So for those of you that didn't see the tour of my travel trailer last year when I bought it, or the year before, oh yeah, it was a year ago, August, it was 2023, then you'll have to wait for the video. So let me just tell you, it's going to be out anywhere from 2 months to 6 months to 8 months. And he will let me know the day before or the day that he airs it, and then I'll let all of you know. But I don't know how I acted. I have no idea. I had probably the lunatic that I am normally. But I just had to share that with you because this is like the highlight. I'm so excited. And it's okay that Bob didn't do it. It doesn't matter, you know. I mean, it would be nice to have Bob, but Brian was just wonderful. Wonderful. He was just wonderful. He's a very good interviewer, and I just really like the guy. So I wanted to tell you that and share that good news with you. That's really all I've got for this moment. I'm glad I finally got this out. I've been really busy last week. I was wining and dining friends. I took Serene and Simple Life Linda out to dinner, and I went to the Big Ten event 3 times, and I saw Lou. Hi, Lou, from Adventureland. He had a booth out there trying to recruit, you know, work campers to come out. That's how I got the job 4 years ago. So Lou always watches my videos. So again, hi, Lou. See you in March. Be well. And I'm looking forward to going back to work, I'll tell you right now. I still haven't relaxed. I told my friend here, she said, sit down, sit down. So I had my lawn chair there. And I said, I just want you to know this is the 2nd time I've ever sat in it since I've been out here. She said, you're kidding me. I said, no, I really mean it. I don't know what I do, but I'm always like flipping around doing something. Oh, and then I'm going to Los Algodones, Mexico again. I went last year, going around February 20th. So if I'm out in Avondale with my RV still up in the air, then I'll just drive from Avondale and meet them in Yuma or or in Los Algodones. So I'm excited about that. So that's about it. That's probably a lot, right? I'm excited. It's income tax time. I'm going to try and do it myself. I'm going to have last year's tax here, and I'm going to do it online. It's free Tax USA. I always have to pay, but I had my Adventureland take money out of my paycheck more than normal, so that'll help. It'd be nice to get a check, you know. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hope I didn't drive you crazy with this video. Oh my gosh. I love you all. Be safe. Be well. Be happy. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. It's 20 minutes.